Alright, welcome back guys, this is Lucian Lou and Moonlight's on into Still DRE, looking at the top. So, we have the first chord. We're going to take our first finger, third finger, our fifth finger, put it on E, A, C. This is how we're going to learn this super fast, okay? We're going to recognize the chords, E, A, C, E, A, C. So, go ahead and count this while you play. You want to be able to count while you play. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right? Let's get the hang of that. Keep it even, okay? Now, the next chord we have is F, A, C. So that's F, A, C. The difference between the previous one and this one is just the thumb. E, A, C, F, A, C. E, A, C, F, A, C. Notice how these two don't change, right? Then we look at the next chord, right? What's the difference between that? Well, actually, just before we go to that one, let's practice just transitioning between the first two chords. So E, A, C, F, A, C. Do that a few times. E, A, C, F, A, C. E, A, C, F, A, C. E, A, C, F, A, C. If you can't go that fast, don't worry about it. You're going to go E, A, C. Hold. All right, move your thumb over to F, A, C. Okay, now you're good. E, A, C, F, A, C. Pause the video if you need. Do it as many times until you're comfortable you can do. Okay, next part. So F, A, C now. We're going to go to F, A, D. F, A, D. So F, A, D is going to be F, A, C to F, A, D. That requires us to use 1, 2, and 5. Okay, 1, 2, and 5. Okay, so don't do this while I'm doing. I'm just demonstrating. F, A, D, right? So F, A, C is 1, 3, 5 like that, right? 3, 5 to 1, 2, 5. So same two F and A's. Look at how I'm reading these, right? They're the same notes, so I don't even have to worry about it. I look for what the difference is. F, A, D, right? F, A, C, right? So F, A, C, F, A, C, F, A, D. Now notice the finger numbers, right? F, A, C was 1, 3, 5, 1, 2, 5 was F, A, D. Okay? Notice the finger numbers. Write the finger numbers down on your PDF or write them down on your sheet music, okay? Take your time to do that. Pause the video. Next part, F, A, D. Now what happens? Go to the next line now. Let's go to the next line. So, let's go up to here. Alright, so looking at this next line right here, we got this E, A, C, which is the same as before, right? E, A, C, right? E, G, B. That's the new one. E, G sharp, B. So let's go back to E, A, C, 1, 3, 5. And then you have E, G sharp, B, 1, 3, 5. So I use the same 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1. So be able to switch in between the two, and then we get into our arpeggio. Okay, so last final note before I go to the arpeggio. Well, not really an arpeggio. It's a broken triads so broken triads, A minor broken triads. But transition between all of these chords before you go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The faster that you can transition in between them, the easier it will be for you, okay? No hesitations. We're not here to be like, none of that, okay? We're here to go 1, 2, you can go as slow as you want, as long as there's no gap. 2, 3, 1, 2, switch to the 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 3, switch, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. And that takes us to the next bit, okay? So let's move on. Let's go to this broken triad. So what we did, remember this chord, A, C, E. That is the A minor chord starting on A. It sounds kind of sad. That's a shortcut to knowing it's an A minor chord. A minor triad. Tri stands for three notes. A, C, E, right? You got 1, 2, 3. What happens next? This A gets taken up to here, right? A, C, E, C, E, A. That's already that second chord. How do we know what the next one is? E, A, C. You took the C, move it up to the next one. E, A, C, right? The next one you got, move it up to the E, right there. And the last one, move it up to the A up there. Okay, so really only 3 notes that you're worrying about inside this A minor broken triad. Pretty easy stuff now, right? Now that you understand it. So look for those chord patterns all the time. It's only 3 notes, it's gonna be a pattern, it's gonna be easier, okay? So, A, C, E, C, E, A, C, A, C, E. This is already a technique. It's already a drill that you can practice on your own. What you wanna do is take your A, C, E, 1, 3, 5, write this down, 1, 2, 5, next one is 1, 3, 5, and then 1, 3, 5, okay? The reason why you have A, C, E, that's all spaced out evenly, there's 2 notes in between the 3, right, those notes, right? C, E, A, this E is closer to this C than it is to that A, that's why I use the second finger. E, A, C, A is closer to the C up there than it is to the E down here, that's why you have the third finger. Back to evenly distributed root, okay? The names here, a little bit of music theory for you. Root position, first position, second position, root position, okay? So root, first, second, root, okay? You'll get to know more and more of this as we continue, okay, all right? So next bit comes up to first position up here. So root, first, second, root, same notes, right? First, you could go on forever. Right? But you don't have to be able to do that. Just be able to do 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Right? And this is all it is. C, E, A, C, E, A. And then when we transition to the next part on the page, this becomes, let's zoom in, let's keep going, come on. Let's go. So this becomes C, E, A, C, E, A, C, E, A, C, E, A, C, E, A. Right, so let's not get ahead of ourselves, but this does speed up. You see all these tempo changes up in here, right? It does speed up, okay? So let's keep going, let's look at it. We got, you want to be able to have this evenly. And it takes us to the rolls, okay? So obviously these are the same notes. You just have to count, okay? Count and be sure you're in the right rhythm. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this part, I want you to recognize when to change the chords. So let's look at your 3 chords you need to be able to do. This is all that is to this Still DRE, right? So 1, 2, 3, this is C, E, A, right? 1, 2, 5 there. And then the only difference between this one and the second one is the B. 1, 2, 5 there, right? 1, 2, 3, and then on beat 4, right? On beat 4 is when it switches to 1, 2, 4. You look at the red section right now, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? On 4. So with 4, that's the one you got to switch to 1, 2, 4, 1, B, E, G. So get to know your C, E, A. The next one is B, E, A. The only difference between is the thumb, and then the next one between that one, the difference is the G. A to the G. So I like to switch it to 1, 2, 4, because I like to keep my pinky up on the A. So that's some fingering tips for you, right? 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 5, right? And then switch to the 1 down to the B, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 5, and then switch the 5th finger to a 4th finger on the G. It's already ready to go, right? Here we go from the top. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. On beat 4 is when you switch to the next chord. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. A little bit slower for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, how do you get these rolls nice? You have to, first you can practice just a solid 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. But what it is you want to hold that pinky down as you finish the rolling. You play these 2 C, E's, the first 2 notes that, right? You play these ones nice and light and quick, and then you let the 5th finger be the anchor. Let it drop down. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Okay, so that pretty much takes care of it. It just repeats over and over again. So we're pretty much already halfway there. We got the left hand to do now, and the left hand just comes in on the main beats. If we go to the top, we see that left hand goes 2, 3, 4, 1. So let's just play the left hand. It's an octave, okay? You got A's down in the octaves. A, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. F, 2, 3, right? F, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can write these notes down in there. As you get to know more of these notes, you'll recognize them by sight. 1, A, 2, 3, right? And then A to G, right? That's a G. And then you go F, and then you go D, E, A. So, well, you kind of got this going on. We can keep going and look at the other ones. The other ones just go E, A, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So E, 2, A, right for 4 beats. B, E, right? Okay, and then it just repeats E, A, okay? So we don't have to keep going anymore. We can just try and put this together because it's simple enough. Let's go from the top. So we're gonna try this slowly. Here we go. 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Start to speed up a little bit. 1, 2, 3. I know we're just trying to play it slowly, but here it is. You can try and practice this one a little bit more like. Practice that transition, because that's what's really needed here. You want to be able to go C, E, A evenly. Okay, and then you get into that bit. So, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just that. Repeat that. So what we're gonna do is 1, 2. Hold the pinky. You hear that A? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. On beat 3, 4, 1. So maybe what you want to do, if you want to bring in that left hand, you can just isolate the third beat of the bar, a third beat of that 1, 2, 3, that third beat 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do that a few times, and then you link it up with the next bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you can want to go slower, if you need to go slower, do it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. As long as there's no hesitation. 2, 3, 4. Like as you try and find the next chord, then that means you got to go slower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That's even better than slowing down. Okay? It can be super slow motion like that, and that's already way better than if you had to stop. So 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So we have that rest written down in here. Okay, let's respect that rest. Let's go back up a little bit. So this one right here, like for example, that works too. It's all the same. So we're gonna look at this rest. So you see how this rest? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So what what you're gonna have to do here is 1, 2, play the right B on the third beat, and then you have to switch to the E in the left hand, and then you got your B, E, A in the right hand. So just practice 1, 2, 3. So that's actually 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. See how we're doing bar 15 right now? We're only going from the third beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. In learning new pieces, just practice the transitions that you have trouble with, the hesitations that you want to get rid of. That'll actually help you as you build this thing, and think about it like bridges you need to get put on top of gaps, right? And once you have a completely smooth surface, you can actually run through the whole piece without a problem. So let's keep doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's pretty much it, okay? So that is pretty much it for day 1 of the Moonlight, day 1 of the 10-day challenge. We're going to learn all kinds of viral piano, video, music, and I hope you had this helpful. If you have any questions, leave them in the discussion or the comments, all right? And you can download the sheet music with all the annotations. You want to make sure you're writing in your counts, 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to make sure you're writing in your finger numbers, 1, 2, 5, 1, 3, 5, whatever finger numbers you got to use. And like I said, this is all you got to do. It's you recognize the chords, what the difference is between each note, so each chord, so that it's or you can play the differences between the chord, how easily you can switch between these bars, how easily you can switch between these chords. The faster, the less hesitation you have, the better it'll sound, okay? Make sure you count. And this is Lucian Lou from Easy Piano Hacks. Subscribe on YouTube if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.